Senator Welch.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Secretary Vilsack. I've been watching you during the Obama administration and now, and I'll make an observation. You know what you're doing. I appreciate that. Second, I send greetings from Senator Leahy, who worked with you for so many years and a long-standing member of this committee. I want to just go through what my Farm Bill priorities are briefly and just get your reaction. And at the end, I want to ask a question on behalf of my wonderful colleague, Senator Fetterman. So let me get started. First of all, keeping farmers on the farm, I really think that has got to be the goal. In Vermont, we're struggling, and we are the small and mid-sized farms that you just mentioned, and they want to pass their work on to the next generation. Number one, rural broadband reconnect, very important, obviously, and the Farm Bill has played a major role. Do you consider that Congress should consider strengthening the reconnect program in the upcoming Farm Bill, and we should maintain the 100/100 minimum broadband service required for a proposed service area?
Yes.
Okay. Second, organic dairy, incredible challenges in Vermont, and Undersecretary Moffitt and I went to a sixth-generation organic farm. There's $100 million of aid that's available, and it's desperately needed as a safety net to keep these folks going. When we had our meeting, an organic farmer in the valley asked the right question: where's the money? Where's the money?
The money is in the process. We're in the process of streamlining the application, and it's basically looking at 75% of the future marketing costs of 2023. So we have to have a baseline upon which to determine what that 75% is going to be factored against. So we're in the process of accumulating that. So I would expect and anticipate sometime this summer that we'll have enough information to be able to begin receiving applications. Farmers can take a look at www.farmers.gov. That's where all the information about this particular program will be.
Okay, I'll just try to convey the sense of urgency that these farmers had, and I know you know it, but I don't know that they have that much time, seriously. So I know you got to go through your procedures, but the Vermont legislature was actually considering trying to supplement or fill in until the money arrived. So the clock is ticking here for these folks. So anything that we can do to speed that up, they really need the help.
In addition, we also provided additional support under the Market Volatility Assistance Program to dairy producers, and we also put resources behind the Dairy Innovation Center in Vermont. So we are putting resources there to provide help and assistance to get folks onto the...
All right, I may be a little bit of a pest because there's such existential reality, but I appreciate that. Next is energy efficiency. The Rural Energy Savings Program has been very, very helpful to many rural families making their homes more efficient. And the question is, can we get more? There's a lot of funds available that are going to really help farmers and small businesses in rural communities cut down on their energy bills. Would more outreach and technical assistance under our ESP help the program reach more of our rural communities, and would providing grants to entities that are helping administer loans broaden the reach of the program?
We're looking for ways in which we can leverage our workforce. So anything that leverages that workforce, that gets information out to people who need the program to be able to apply to the program, we would be supportive of.
So local operations in Vermont that may be able to facilitate might be able to work with your department?
It's similar to what we're doing with NRCS and our FSA offices in terms of extending the reach of those offices.
Okay. Forestry, important to a lot of us. How would additional funding to support rapid response help USDA prevent the spread of invasive species? We have a real issue with emerald ash borer in Vermont.
That's a tough issue. I would say that we also have to have research. We have to have a continued amount of research to be able to understand precisely what needs to be done to protect all of our species.
Okay, so research means some funding, yes, and that's a priority. On the Rural Partnership Program, do you agree that the Institutes of Rural Partnership, such as the one established at the University of Vermont, and Senator Leahy played a major role in that, are a very effective means to help to research and address the challenges that many of our rural areas, including Vermont, face.
We're looking forward to seeing the results of the investments that have been made under Senator DeLay's leadership and direction.
Okay. And then the organic certification cost share program. The cost with the application consolidation, making it simpler, you're indicating an awareness of how tough that is. In the short term, what resources and legislative tools can Congress provide for the program to allow USDA to support producers that are seeking that organic certification? And would increasing the statutory cap on reimbursements from, say, $750 to $1,500 help?
That would help, but I think also you want to keep an eye on what we're doing under the Organic Transition Assistance Program. We're providing resources to establish those who want to become organic, to link them with existing organic producers so that they are mentored. We're establishing additional risk management assistance to reduce the cost. NRCS has a new practice standard that is also going to allow EQIP money to be used to make it easier to do the tough conservation work that is required. And we're also looking forward to figuring out ways in which we can expand market opportunities. So it's
thank you very much. My last question is for my colleague, Senator Fetterman. As you mentioned, chair of the Nutrition Subcommittee, but his question is this. Last year, the department issued several proposed rules aimed at improving competition, transparency, and fairness in the livestock market. Senator Fetterman asked, how might statutes such as the Packers and Stockyards Act be changed to further improve competition and fairness in the market?
Well, I think the work that we're doing for greater transparency, for understanding the role of the Packers and Stockyard Act in the face of discrimination or retaliation, additional support for the poultry industry in terms of making sure that there's a level playing field, understanding the scope of practice and the scope of practice within that bill. All of that's going to happen over the course of the next year and a half. And I think once you see the benefit of that, you can make a determination whether there are additional statutory changes. But I think it's the regulatory process that is probably has the greatest opportunity for immediate impact.
Okay, thank you. Chair Stabenow, I'd like to submit the following letter of support from a coalition of rural broadband stakeholders regarding better broadband objectives in the Farm Bill, including the need for 100 symmetrical speeds.
Without objection, so ordered. Senator Smith, and let me